10 years. 10 years of adventures and space magic. 10 years of friendship. 10 years of destiny. Who knew a decade could contain so much in what seems like so little time? Yo, what's going on, everybody? Los Angeles Havoc here, aka Late Hato, the one and only High Priest of the congregation. Welcome back to another installment of Late Hato Clips, where we've got a little bit of everything. As of writing this video, it is the 10-year anniversary of Destiny. As of recording it, we're about a week out from that. But on the morning of the 10-year anniversary, Bungie released a series of developer insight articles going over where Destiny is headed in the near future and beyond. In the Paving the Way article, they state that the final shape closed a door and now they intend to open another. This is followed by a roadmap for year 11, which outlines the following: 2 expansion releases in the summer and fall of 2025, codenamed Apollo and Behemoth, respectively. This will be the yearly plan for expansions going forward. There will also be 4 free major seasonal updates from the summer of 2025 all the way through the spring of 2026. And this is planned to also be the yearly cadence for that sort of content. The yearly expansions will include new stories, new locations, new missions, new weapons and gear, and new raids and dungeons, while the seasonal updates will include new and reprise activities, new gear and artifact mods, new modifiers and challenges, a new sandbox meta, and new events.
What do you mean by that?
Anyway, the seasonal updates will contain a rewards pass similar to what we have now that will have a all-new exotic weapon and ornament, new legendary weapon and armor ornaments, and gear upgrade, resources, cosmetics, and more. Probably Bright Dust, which y'all know how I feel about Bright Dust. Now, in addition to the articles published, which I will probably cover individually at some point, the team will be sharing more information in the coming months on Codename Frontiers. That is the working descriptor for the innovations they are working to bring to Destiny over the next couple of years. They explain that this is their game too, and they want to be more transparent about how it's made and why. Personally, transparency, especially in these days with community morale, is always the right choice. They go on to say that if nothing else, the takeaway from all this should be that they are excited for Destiny to change and improve in ways that allow it to keep evolving in the future. Now, the next part of the article comes from the new game director for Destiny 2, Tyson Green. He mentions that while for him, Destiny still excites him creatively, he and the team also understand that things have become just too rigid and formulaic when it comes to their expansion and seasonal approach. They can see that players are exhausted with content that ends far too quickly while also retaining little replay value. Overall, the team believes that Destiny needs to change and evolve with innovations that keep the community engaged, so they are looking to break the mold, starting with the new approach to expansion and seasons. As mentioned above, the team is looking to rework how they deliver expansion content in Destiny, and while they love working on and creating these incredible experiences like the Final Shape, large expansions of this nature dominates their development efforts. The structure of 2 medium-sized expansions per year aims to free up some resources and allow them to invest more into areas of the game that will be the most impactful for players. They're also looking into the campaign experience to see what they can change and improve upon about the formula, as their current model has changed very little since Shadowkeep. They also added that they're trying to reintroduce the mystery and wonder that was such a major element to the early days of Destiny that players still fondly remember. Now, with the seasonal updates, they're going to be moving away from episodes, and instead they'll have the 4 major seasonal updates per year. 2 of them will launch alongside the expansions as larger seasonal resets, but I have a very important note about that. These major seasonal updates will be free for all players, which is a major move as far as removing the barriers of entry for new lights. The next item covered is matters pertaining to the core game experience of Destiny. First and foremost, the team admits that Destiny is too complex and players often need to have a college-level understanding in order to decipher how to play the game and also earn rewards. They plan to begin addressing this in a multitude of ways, starting with updating the Director UI, which is where players can go to launch activities, look up quests, etc. There are further deep dives into the core game activities and rewards that we will cover in a separate video, but for now, we'll just say that the team is actively reworking their reward structure and activities to make sure that the challenge is retained, time is respected, and also that the rewards are meaningful. Next up, the narrative director for Destiny 2, Allison Lurs, discusses the first new expansion of 2025, codename Apollo. She begins by speaking on the episodes and how those stories act as a sort of epilogue, tying up the loose ends left in the Light and Darkness saga, while also setting up for what will be coming next. She goes on to explain that we will be getting some teasers regarding the next multi-year saga in-game within the next 2 episodes, Revenant and Heresy, which will then unfold entirely when Apollo launches. To elaborate further, unlike stories such as The Final Shape, where you experience the story from start to finish in a straight line, in Codename Apollo, you have the starting point of the story with options to then explore different plot threads in whatever order you choose. Even if you decide to go on one route, the other story options will still be available to you, and you will ultimately need to do them all to progress further. In other words, the story of Codename Apollo will unfold based purely on player progression. No time gating, no waiting around for the next story beat to drop on a weekly basis. This shift into non-linear storytelling is not something they've planned to be locked into, but it is an attempt at trying something different. Ironically, as it echoes my own personal thoughts about Destiny, the team expresses that Destiny is at its best when it's weird and it's mysterious, so they're leaning more into that realm with the next expansion, and they hope to continue innovation in both narrative and gameplay. Lastly, the team acknowledges that this is a big change. They also understand that when things become predictable and stagnant, it's no longer a story, but a situation. And they want the world of Destiny to evolve and have space for new characters and stories. They want us as players to be involved and engaged in these stories without feeling punished for not knowing something or not being the most up-to-date with lore, which I think is great. When it comes to this new multi-year saga that they're setting up, they explain that they view it as a constellation of stories united by a single theme, with each release fitting into a larger saga. While they gave no further details as to not spoil any upcoming story elements, they expressed a great deal of excitement in regards to this new journey that we'll be embarking on. At face value, there seems to be an overall commitment to change for the better, and for now, we've at least gotten a better look at what we can expect in the coming months and hopefully years. I know community morale has been very low, especially after the last round of layoffs. I didn't speak on this second round of layoffs here on the channel when it happened, just because I like to keep this channel a light space, and many of my peers already in this space were sharing their own overall displeasure with the state of things, and I felt it unnecessary to lend my voice to a chorus of negativity.
Is a facsimile its archetype?
What I will say is that now and forever, I will always be in the corner of the developers. I hope Bungie leadership learns to take stock of their teams that work on this game day in and day out. I hope that they learn to respect and value the talent that they have at their disposal, and they need to be mindful that practice is not made good by commonality, and abruptly changing hundreds of lives to satisfy a budget error is never acceptable. Normalize healthy work environments and a positive team culture, and you will win every single time. But that's all I have for you for now, Guardians. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful in any way, please give it a thumbs up. If you're excited about the future of Destiny, if this is your jumping off point, if you are cautiously optimistic, either way, just let me know in the comments. I would love to continue this discussion there. If you want to see more content like this, you like what I do here on the channel, please do be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next video. My name is Lost Angel of Havoc. Thank you for watching Late Tato Clips. We will see you next time, friends. Same late time, same late channel.